Hi first grade, it's Mrs. B here. So today you are going to be drawing gorgeous, beautiful, big flowers. And we are also going to be talking about an artist, an American artist named Georgia O'Keeffe. So when you looked at her presentation, you might have noticed that Georgia O'Keeffe loves to paint flowers. And when she creates her flowers, she doesn't create them small and tiny in the middle of her paper. She tries to fill her whole paper with a flower, to the point where if you look closely at her artwork, her flowers tend to go off the edge of her paper. So they're so large that they're kind of like going off the edges. So when we're drawing our flowers today, that's what our goal is. We're gonna make our flower have all different types of lines. So if you look at my flower here, I have lines which are supposed to look like texture. And then our lines are really long and big so that they create like a really long, big flower. So I'm gonna work on this drawing with you. We are just working on the drawing part. So I just want you to work on the lines. And then next time, or next lesson, we're going to talk about our colors. And we're going to talk about very specific colors that we need to pick. So, first things first, you're going to get a piece of paper. Any size that you have is fine. I am suggesting white because colors show up better on white paper than on others. So we're going to start with a white paper. Mine's a rectangle shape. It's a sketchbook, as you can see. And I'm going to start first with a circle in the middle. Your circle in the middle really is up to you. If you are doing a sunflower, your circle in the middle will be like much larger. But I like to do like kind of a small, medium-sized one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to kind of do some wavy lines. And make my wavy lines go all the way to the edge of the paper. Wavy line. All the way to the edge, wavy line, all the way to the edge, wavy line. So this flower is not a specific type of flower, I'm just gonna make it up. Now to give this flower texture, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a few lines on the edges that kind of match it. And what that does is it makes it looks like the petals are sort of curved or folded over just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna throw that. Now I'm gonna add some leaves, like the green leaves, right on the edges, just to fill up the space, make it more interesting to look at. Some green leaves. Well, we're not doing any colors yet. Okay, nice and long. Get a good texture. Okay, and then this space here, I'm gonna add just a little bit of detail here. I'm doing wavy lines again. Right? So now I have this like big giant flower with lots of wavy lines in that are supposed to show the texture of the flower. So if you have a marker, it doesn't have to be a Sharpie, but if you have a marker or a Sharpie, you can go and trace over your lines, make them nice and dark and bold. If you don't have a Sharpie, that's okay. Now for the next step, which we are going to do in our next lesson, we are going to need some kind of color. So hopefully you have crayons, if you have markers, colored pencils, it doesn't really matter. Me, I'm going to use crayons because that's what I prefer to use. We're going to get our crayons and we are going to color these nice and beautifully. And I'm going to teach you about different colors on the color wheel. And you're going to pick those colors. So those colors will be called analogous colors. So an analogous color is basically like the neighbor on the color wheel, which we'll go into that a little more in detail next time. So I'm just coloring very carefully, well, tracing very carefully. Alright. And done. So, oops, I missed one. So next time we are going to be adding some colors to this beautiful drawing. So again, things to think about while you're drawing. Start in the middle with some kind of circle. That's usually where, you know, the seeds are in a flower. And then when you're drawing your petals, try and go all the way to the edge of your paper and make it nice and big. It's okay even if it goes off the edge of the paper. Actually, if it does go off the edge of the paper, that's awesome because that means your flower is huge and I love it. So you're gonna go nice textured lines all the way to the edge of your paper. And then if you have a Sharpie, you're gonna trace with black, or if you don't have a Sharpie, you can always trace with a black crayon. Doesn't really matter. So next time we'll begin our coloring. So awesome job. Can't wait to see what you make.